everybody? We're back, and of course, the European football season is back as well. 3 of the top 5 leagues are back as well. 2 joining this weekend, and we're delighted to welcome you back to the podcast. I've been away for a week, observing things from a very close distance, and of course, the guys have been doing a fantastic job with everything going on here. We had to bring FX back into the show today because you know when the season starts, you want to bring an OG. Because football nowadays can be watered down with small conversations, but it's good to have everybody back here. I always like the watch you wear. You never quite told me where you bought it, Ini. So I don't know if you're hurting.
I get plugged now. Yeah, now you buy a run now.
Plug, yeah. I like it a lot. I saw the I saw the original Samsung.
Hey.
Sure. The original cost.
Yeah. No, man, it's great to welcome you back to the show.
Great to be
here. A lot
here.
of fire as well. In the outside league was last week, but good to be back. No, you didn't miss the podcast because of this thing, no?
Nah, I did the podcast.
Yeah, you did the podcast last Thursday.
You did on Thursday, right?
Nice.
Look, I think it's fantastic to have the season finally back because, in the end, I keep saying that the smallest things, the smaller details of our lives, revolve around some of these things. Football, the banter you get from this and that. The weekends just all of a sudden have a new, shape and form. It's a new lease of life, and I think it's absolutely incredible. Pat yourself on the back if you're following us already on social media and you're subscribed to the YouTube page. We thoroughly enjoyed having that 2 months break with you, dropping some of those maybe
comments and concerns.
Yeah, concerns and whatnot. And we can also tell you for free that we are starting a new add-on to the podcast on a Monday. We're going to drop every episode on a Monday, a new episode every Monday, just to make sure that there is no void in the conversational space. So great to add that. And of course, hopefully you could be a part of it on Monday mornings, 10 o'clock. Join us on Zoom and whatnot. Gentlemen, great to be here. Because I was, as usual, on Twitter, and if you've been on Twitter, you've probably figured that Kis Daniel was in a bit of trouble, right? And I saw it too. Someone said, Kis Daniel tried to sleep in the police jail in Tanzania, and they're telling him, don't sleep, wake up. I thought
this time you are not collecting money.
No,
you collect reality.
Collect your money.
It's funny because I've been going through a couple of things on Twitter, and someone said my coworker started crying because her boyfriend broke up with her through text, and the manager said that's why we don't use our phones at work. It's deep. I thought it was, which is why the producer told me that I should say director told me that FX is always on his phone when we're recording sometimes, and it gets lost distracted. Distracted. So we'll be keeping an eye on your phone pretty much all through the course.
I'm a busy man.
See what I did there?
Sorry,
I tried to, he's like OG. I had to tell him something. I didn't know how he would take it, but I wanted to use a joke to, dissolve the situation. Right?
That's a nice one.
That's a
nice
nice
link
one.
up play. Nice
But
link up play.
how you'd actually know this country is hard, right?
Brother.
Is just to the simpler things of life. Speaking of which, but how you know this country is hard, scratch that, very hard, is that even on Twitter, right, and things that don't cost you any money, you see people plagiarizing stuff. So someone said, brake pad don't reach 10K. If you like, press phone the crossroad. Someone stole the tweet, right, and retweeted and said, brake pad don't be 9K now. If you like, press phone the crossroad. So the person who got the original tweet responded to him and said, you steal tweets, can't remove 1K. Yo, how
you still negotiate
you
money
still
on
top Twitter. I thought that was very, very, very hilarious.
How about this new trend where they say, I won't lie to you, but that person, someone that is going to lie to you.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
that one?
I've been seeing that, yeah.
Someone that will actually lie to you.
I think we should hook up next week. Someone that has no intention of hooking up with you. Or hooking up with you. Say, have you eaten? Someone that has no intention of buying you food.
So I'll be honest. Don't worry. There's no I go
I don't know, but in my adult life, I've never invited someone to join me eating food. In my adult life, I've never. See, my wife thinks I'm wicked in that aspect. I'm not.
Wicked?
When I have my food is my food.
Don't.
Go have your own. That thing, let me take small.
No.
Don't trespass.
That make a good kid that your hand where you want that put for that food.
My mom used to say,
My food is my food.
don't tante. You get, when my food don't drop, don't tante.
Don't try it.
Don't come around.
Because I pass a place, they say, oh, brother, come. My neighbors will say,
Listen,
oh, brother, come and eat now. I know you don't want me to eat that food.
So
So why are you telling me to come?
You know when-
Courtesy.
You know what I
What's your
word?
You know this thing. I think that I don't know if other tribes do it, but I think it's a Yoruba thing. So you're eating, somebody is passing or somebody's around. They say, don't be say they want me you chop.
So why
But
you
it
don't
just
keep quiet and
waits
eat your
down.
food in
It
peace?
just be like say, that just
bring the level.
bring it down.
Bring the level down.
Make it don't be like say you get. I don't even get manners. But you see, also in the conversation, you will talk say. You know, say that una know inside and heart say don't be say I really want me you got chop.
Of course.
So as I tell you say me you got chop, they no born you make you actually got chop.
Unless you are hungry.
No, I don't care what they happen to you.
If you are my guy, if I'm hungry and you are my guy and you say that, I'll come and eat.
Time now, but when you come,
Or
you
you're my
and that
babe.
spoon, you and the spoon or the
And
hand
that
where they
fork.
bring. Because when you're a bad person tell you say about me, you know say they don't want me you come. Me and you know it's just
Courtesy.
along the line
Culture.
communication with
No,
us.
for real though, if I invite you to eat, I'm actually inviting you to eat. If I tell you, come and eat, Baba, the chow, you go chow. I'm
Yeah.
that's the license to come and eat as well.
So if I'm inside a cab now, and I buy something on the road, maybe I'm hungry and I'm eating, so I should tell the driver to go, are you crazy? Is something wrong with you?
it's just
God, I don't give you money.
It's
You
just
drive buy your own
it's
job.
just a Yoruba thing. It's
No,
not
yeah.
this you get.
no, it's we do it too. In Akwa Ibom, we do it too.
Yeah.
It's courtesy, but I have never done it. I'm not planning to do it.
You get.
I will never do it.
Never do anything like that in my life.
Look, and this is why I love football season in full swing. The banter, all the small jokes and whatnot. I get the sense that social media comes alive in a different dimension when the season, kicks off in earnest, right? And look, so I did the Liverpool game with FX or radio together.
Yeah.
Commentary for Stoppage Time. Shout out to Stoppage Time. And on Twitter later in the evening, someone mentioned and said, no, the next day actually, someone said, Man United thought that Brighton didn't have structure, right? And the thing killed me. It's funny how people link, almost real life scenarios.
You know the funniest I've heard this week? Even if Man United buy Microsoft, they will still excel.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times.
I
know.
mean,
I've seen that a couple of times.
I mean,
Yeah.
how do they do it?
Say Man United got beaten by Brighton Munich.
Yeah.
Brighton Munich, yeah.
Brighton Munich.
No, but I still think that Man United thought Brighton not have structure is the funniest thing, and I get the feeling that thing would be one of the most referred to statements in political history in Nigeria. I get the sense that come next year, right, God willing, it will be a conversation that would always say, don't let anybody tell you can't do anything.
No,
of course.
You see that you don't get structure, you get structure thing. I think it's going to go outside the political conversations. You get so we can even have banter. People are talking say, oh boy, you get structure.
I think
What's your backbone?
You have the structure to make that happen.
honestly.
No, so before it was the facilities.
It was the facility.
You
Now
don't have the facilities to do that
Yeah,
big,
facilities.
big man, right? I think that the most
Nigerians.
the most lucid, sage words of football, maybe of all time, right? Is obviously I am the special one. But I think that something topped that in the last couple of years. Football heritage. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I just feel that every time I remember that press conference, the opening press conference, he said, don't say I'm arrogant because what I'm about to say is the truth. Nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
I'm a European champion. I'm not one of the bottle. I think I'm the special one.
Exactly.
I'm European champion, so I'm not one of the bottle. I think I'm a special one.
It rings in my head. A young guy walks into a dressing room and literally tells Alex and Arsene Wenger to go somewhere and rot there. That is, for me, it's epic.
Yeah.
There's a new kid on the block.
Nothing will ever,
Yeah.
in my opinion, trump that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't think anything.
I take football heritage. I think if that was said, how powerful? How you know that was powerful? Because there was no social media at the time.
Yeah,
and it became that
yes,
powerful.
yes, yeah,
right.
yeah.
I think it was more or less one of the entertainment levers. That's what the word Barcelona use a lot now. Economic lever. I think that was one of the fulcrums of entertainment in football.
Yeah.
The special one, right? And it's fun. I tell people all the time. You might hate the man, but the man gave football something. He
gave it
different.
life.
Yeah,
Give
he
it
gave
life,
football
absolutely,
life,
right?
man.
Right?
Brought more life to it.
Yeah,
Give
brought
it
more
life.
life to it. I think it brought the flamboyance to it, right?
No,
Which is what
that's very that's very bold. That's a bold one.
There was
because
no-
there's flamboyance in football before then. There were characters. There were very difficult, flamboyant, controversial characters in football before then. So it's difficult to say he gave it like.
No, but I think flamboyance. I think flamboyance is not.
For lack of a better word.
I don't think
Just
flamboyance
use
is a bad
flamboyance.
word.
No,
because
I'm not saying it's a bad one. I'm saying like the way you said it is like
I think-
there was
I think-
it wasn't there before. This was the
It
person
was,
that
but
brought it.
of course, he
I don't
brought-
think anybody.
it was a
I don't think
new
anybody
light.
owned. People. I don't think anybody owned.
Yeah,
their-
actually, I agree. I
owned
agree. Nobody
flamboyance
nobody
like
really
Jose,
came out to
right?
say it is me. Anything
Like
you get.
this
everybody-
is
yeah,
how look, how you know is he's aware it's his first press conference.
yeah.
In your first presser, you more often than not have gone through a recce with a media officer.
Yeah.
They've told you these are the things you might expect. This is how we ask questions in this country and all that kind of stuff. So he would have known that at some point in time he would. And look, also might not have known. Jose is one of the most off the cuff people present in the moment. And I tell you how.
I think that statement was not planned.
No, obviously,
I-
it
but
wasn't
he
planned.
knew the British media were going to come
I
for
think
him.
it wasn't planned,
The
but it was
cockiness.
more. But it was more. There's something about being prepared. You might not write the words, but you know that this is the hostile environment you're going into.
Exactly.
Jose Mourinho is a very intentional manager. I would reckon that going to that press conference, probably didn't plan to use the exact words, but I would think
But he
that
came
Jose
to make an
Mourinho,
introduction.
Yeah, but he came in very
Mourinho would have said
confrontational.
to himself, "I'm going to make these people know that
I've
somebody
arrived.
is in
Yeah,
the big
true,
time."
true, yeah.
I'm sure he would have, because the way he was relaxed. If you watch the video again, the way he was relaxed in that conference. Usually when a manager comes into a new country, what you want to do, particularly when you come with a huge reputation, like, this guy's won the UEFA Cup in 2003 and won the Champions League in 2004. So his reputation was really huge. When you come into a new country like that, and there were OGs like Arsene Wenger, Sir Alex, the media are interested to see how does he fit into this
Does
system.
he shrink himself to fit into?
Does he come in and pay homage to these guys? The guy came and raised the level of violence on day one.
The
As in,
other
it's
part of the
incredible.
conversation where that statement might have been planned is probably, like you said, is a very deliberate manager. So he's coming in. He knows that this is how the English press is. This is how the Premier League is.
They want to size you. They want to size you down.
They want to size you. You understand? So if I don't raise myself, these people are just going to create a level for me, and all that. And also now having the idea that there are not too many people, not too many managers with his kind of background who have made it to that level. He was an interpreter. He didn't have like the proper football background that would take you through that trajectory of becoming a manager, becoming a top manager.
Yeah.
So he's coming. So it could have been that the statement was planned in the sense that look around you, the people who are on the level that I am, none of them made it through the path that I have taken.
No, I think you're always aware. You're always aware when you're taking an unthreaded path. You're always aware, right?
Yeah.
And I tell people,
Exactly.
I tell people all the time as well. I don't go around telling people, right?
You heard yourself.
Right, yeah. I do that a lot. And
Something on your shoulder, I just told you that,
yeah, I do that a lot.
We see that.
And I tell younger broadcasters or whatever, you have to develop the presence of mind to listen to yourself when you're in your pump, right?
Yeah.
And I'm on radio, I'm on television, I'm listening to myself like I'm watching myself. Literally, it's almost an out-of-body experience while you're still keeping your focus on what you're saying.
True.
Because what it does is it checks you, and sometimes it gives you that you say something that's controversial, you come back to it to give it like a
Yeah,
back and forth.
yeah, facts,
right?
facts.
But what I was going to say
We need to do
actually,
in masterclass.
what I was going to say actually, right, is that
You don't they find money.
speaking of flamboyance, right? Speaking of flamboyance, I have a cold as well.
Camera. Come on, hook up on nose.
No apologies.
I have a cold as well. It's funny. I was caught on camera eating, just wrapping up my Pringles I was eating last week, 2 weeks ago, right? So if you've seen that video, I was having a nice Pringle.
Oh, behind the scenes
This
stuff, I saw
is
that.
the aisle, the food aisle, right?
This is
So this is where it goes down, right?
Full food court.
Full food courts. We could sell a small, window thing from here. So yeah, but the point I was going to make is
I'm glad you haven't lost track of that.
no. You see, that's the practicality. You have to hold your
I,
thoughts.
I lose
right?
track sometimes. So
Right.
please.
What I was going to say is, speaking of flamboyance, and doing things on a different way, on a different level, and doing things in a different way, we are well aware on the podcast here that great stuff. Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes.
My man.
Just grabbing a nice. Thank you. So we are well aware here on the podcast that we're in unfamiliar territory. So in terms of flamboyance of how people, deliver content to, a large amount of people, we're very well aware that we're in unfamiliar territory. So we're gonna miss a couple of things, but we're gonna hit a lot of things, right?
So we're the
And
special ones.
So yeah. So don't call me. I'm not one from the bottle.
But actually, we're the special ones.
Yeah.
If
But
we are
yeah.
the special
So there's
ones.
that.
Bring your shoulder
No, we
down.
are.
But Mourinho said it himself too. now.
But it is.
We
No,
are,
I don't subscribe to that. I tell.
No. There's no problem.
Yeah, I know
there's
you.
no problem.
I know you.
Yeah.
No,
I know your own.
there's actually no problem.
You know they
with-
waste time.
There's
No.
actually
They
no
clear
problem
person.
with saying that.
No, but there's nothing wrong.
Do you understand? And if you look across the if you look across the community, the ecosystem that we operate in, we had Des on the show.
Yeah.
Shout
out to Des.
Shout out to Des, by the way.
Right.
Now, remember, before last week's episode, I didn't know that Des was not based or is not based in Lagos.
Right.
I didn't know. So this guy is based in PH. And he came to Lagos. I think he has some other things to do, but he stayed back because UB had spoken to him and be on the on an episode of the show. So he stayed
Right.
back, and then so he was talking to me, and I realized that look, and he was saying, and this guy does a lot of local content. He's big on Nigerian football, the league,
One of the best,
Super
actually.
Eagles players. He's big on that, and the things that he was saying, and I realized that he mentioned something. That he said, look, if you look across the country in terms of podcasting and talking about the game, there's really like nobody doing it on the level that we're doing it. So it's not like a new podcast can come in tomorrow and they're doing well, and it's fine. I don't have like I go post you, I go celebrate you. I'm just saying like right now
That's for
I
sure.
don't see like anybody that's
So
doing it on that level.
in my place, there's an adage that says, you will understand this, that a new former will go for more than ta.
Yeah.
Mbori don't listen to gang.
I must not find this snippet.
What it means.
So what it means is that if I
Inject
say
it.
that my house is dirty, my house is trashy, my neighbor will set fire on it and burn it
I'm
down.
burning
for
it down.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's actually nothing wrong
Yeah.
in saying I'm very aware that I'm putting out quality stuff out
Yeah.
there. There's nothing wrong.
I want
with
to
that.
add. No, Kunle, wait. I want to add. The truth is,
You finally
2003
got it.
Honestly.
On this table, if you don't.
I was like, these guys, they go, make an enter. But the truth is, I think Jose gave a lot of young people confidence too
Fact.
as well, because a lot of us felt that it was wrong growing up to boast or
to be that
say I'm
upfront about
special,
your
I'm
abilities.
good, I sabi, I know this thing, even though you're not there yet, but you have a feeling that you're going to get there. So I think what Jose did then was very, very good for a lot of young people. He inspired a lot of young
Fact.
people, including me.
Yeah.
So, for example, I got
Fact.
a jersey immediately, a Chelsea jersey, and I put special one.
Yeah.
I put
Yeah,
number
special one.
And that's
And everybody went to
relatable to
So
everybody.
every time I went to play football every Saturday morning, guys were always say, who is this guy? I was okay, but after the game, I always had a good game. And boys be like, this guy. I'll be like, me, I'm good.
I'm good though.
I'm a special
And
one.
guess what? And
Me, I'm a
FX
bad guy.
makes a
And they always
really
used to
good
tell
point.
guys,
Yeah.
even though I'm a bad
Because
guy.
every time
and he kept on
Mourinho-
giving me confidence.
Yeah. Every time Mourinho made, comments that looked arrogant. You know, why would he say this?
I loved it.
What Mourinho was doing, whether consciously or unconsciously, was putting incredible pressure on himself.
Yeah.
Facts.
Incredible pressure on himself. So
People need to understand that as well.
people don't realize that when you say things,
Yeah.
you know, so
It's a lot of pressure.
You have to work twice as hard as you would have done if
normally,
you didn't say anything
Right.
to be able to keep up those standards.
Yeah.
And over the years, my word,
Yeah. And you know the entertainment equivalence of Jose?
Kanye West,
You know-
I was actually going to bring it back home. I was actually going to bring it back home so people can really relate. Big shout out to one of our brosses, Ike Osaki-Odua. Remember that post?
It's funny. I saw IK. I was jogging in the estate about a month ago, and my route is I leave my streets. So I come to the parallel street to jog, right? There are too many fine girls on my street, so I make sure that if I'm tired, nobody's seeing me.
Focus.
So I see IK. I see IK. He's also like changing his gear and everything like that, getting ready to go jog. But I recognize his car, right?
Yeah.
Luxury car. So I'm like, "Hi, IK," and he just looks back. And I'm like, "Yeah."
You know, so he remember that IG post where he said all the MCs in Nigeria, I'm your father.
come on.
So
That was years ago, I think.
That was I think maybe
A few years ago.
And you know the funny thing about that, right? Just before, sorry to cut you in. The funny thing is that people look at that and think,
What are you feeling like?
What are you feeling like? And say, they try to people try to pitch you against each other. You say,
Yeah,
but you say, so maybe in the comment somebody says, but Boy Bukai is your guy.
But guess what?
Okay, that's disrespectful.
No, but
to
that's
him.
fine.
But funny, I was watching a Chris Brown
It's
interview,
like
right?
hip-hop. I'm the
On,
number one rapper. Every rapper
like
says
everyone
it.
says, everyone says that.
You know what's funny? The IK statement, I was going to say, I saw the video. I host events. I'm a master of ceremony. I saw the video. I was smiling because it was fun. Even me, as I
Inspiring,
did
in
there,
fact.
I'm like, bros, I know, say you. See,
you
don't
be
worry.
my
I know,
father.
say you be Baba.
Leave this thing.
But that's the beauty of the game.
Okay, so where's the balance with that and what Salah did before the Champions League final?
Okay, that actually makes sense.
Back your. If you say it
Exactly.
If you say
Back it up.
If you
back
say
it up.
you gotta back it up.
If you
And
say
You guys said it before the
back
final.
it up.
Remember, we said
Exactly. So if you say
that
it,
kind of thing, then you
back
must
it up.
win it.
you have
too.
Yeah.
to. You get these people that were talking about Jose. When we're talking about Jose. Jose said I'm the special one. I went in and did special one stuff.
Yeah.
You
One
understand?
defeat in the season, 15 goals considered in
Considered.
38
It will never
days.
happen again.
No!
Final points.
15 goals
Look
in
at
38 matches.
No. I have my one.
Okay, well. Agbaya.
I
celebrate you.
Steven, you don't mind them. Steven Gerrard. 10 years of knowing this Ponko. Steven Gerrard stripped Tyrone Mings of the captaincy.
Yeah.
Gives it to the other
John
guy,
McGinn.
McGinn, and benches him in the first game against
season, yeah.
Bournemouth.
I love Jared. by the way.
And they lose. So the point is, once you strip a captain off and your number one centre back, really, you should win that game.
You have to win, though.
Once you don't win, you're causing a problem in the dressing room.
Yeah, you are.
The truth is,
So
I
he has
like
put pressure
Tyrone
on
Mings.
himself.
He's a feisty defender, but he's not a good defender.
He's not a
Bro,
He's not a
I
captain.
agree, but
He's
do
not-
you
he's
have
not a
someone
captain.
better than
He's
him?
not a
But do you
captain.
have someone better than him?
I saw him a few years
don't have
ago.
someone better than
He was at Bournemouth. I saw him at Bournemouth. Defenders used to dread playing against Diego Costa. I saw him elbowed Costa and got a red card. Very feisty. He's got temper issues. He's not a good defender.
But have you got someone better than the guy?
He's not a good defender. He's brought in Diego Carlos from Sevilla, Brazilian international. Upgrade on Tyrone Mings. The other defender who plays with Tyrone, who used to play with Tyrone Mings, is Ezri Konsa. And Konsa is a better defender than Tyrone Mings.
I agree.
So if you're a manager and you
they're-
brought in Diego Carlos for huge amount of money, you've got to play him. So I understand where Tyrone Mings is a Xhaka kind of captain. He's a good
Not a captain, but a defender. Don't make him your captain.
he's got
Make him a
heart,
defender. Yeah,
he's
exactly.
got real spirit, but every now and then he's going to make one bad decision here and there.
Yeah.
So if you need a captain,
I think Tyrone Mings and Yeremina are the same thing.
exactly.
Yeremina is a twat.
He's the same thing.
the
so
same
when,
thing.
when you
Look at
got
what
a guy
Yeremina
like
did to
John
Sterling.
McGinn in the team, when you got a guy like John McGinn in the team who is feisty, temperamental too, but he's a really good footballer.
Yeah.
You've got to give him. But I understand the point that when you take a captain that
When you
first
make a
game,
bold statement, you
Yeah,
have
you
to back
must
it
do-
up.
No,
back it
look.
up.
In the end, there are a lot of things you say are said in principle, and sometimes they'll come off and they'll not come off.
Yeah, of
It
course.
shouldn't
Yeah.
change the mentality.
Yeah.
Ultimately, right? So look, this is the last one, and I thought that I shared this with you, Ini, as well, right? Because someone put out an incredible post and said, say Sporty Bets, please give back my money. I'm not 18 yet.
You don't know, say you are not 18 before you go put the money there.
I'm not 18
Say,
yet.
please, I'm not 18 yet, too.
How do people get
How
addicted?
do they even verify?
How do people
How
get
do they verify
addicted?
people
How do
say-
people get addicted to betting? Once I lose, once I'm out.
He said, what I lose one money, I'm taking it back.
But that's a very that's
Nigeria
a mad one.
Nigeria said.
Small 800. What I don't do that is-
You get small 1,000 like
Say,
this.
give me
Guy, I
back
go
my
take
money.
my life.
Oh, yeah. I don't like losing money. I didn't get value for it.
And spaghetti
Exactly.
in my area, I want to.
You don't see that. You don't see that picture. You don't see that picture. You don't see that picture online. Where,
Say we talking.
bro, you don't see that picture online. You don't see that picture online where Percy carrying iPhone. Now, these newest iPhones we get 3-4 different cameras
Right.
for back. So it's like the latest ones where they give person the iPhone, they collect spaghetti and sardine. They take.
I saw a picture.
I don't fit chop the iPhone.
I saw a
I saw
picture.
inflation back.
I saw a picture. The guy's fan.
done with
The
them.
guy's ceiling fan, right? Ceiling fan is normally ceiling fan is always three blades, right? You don't say I don't sell one. Get a book. Make a chop today. Now who they are like me?
No, Aboki go give iron bender now. Iron bender.
Iron condemn.
They go melt them for no.
Don't worry. Everybody they do iron condemn business that time.
Condemn tire.
No, I remember my house. Everybody.
Don't take anything. Don't take that plug. I just lose.
You get.
Don't take it.
You get. You got to say make you go carry with Popsy go come back say where's my.
Honestly, you carry battery, you carry tire, you carry.
If you take that thing on that place,
Don't touch
Bro,
it.
I remember.
why do you think mechanics that year they will put? If you change things for car, you put that for my boot. I beg.
Put that for my boots.
That
Che, you
thing-
say you don't
that
sport.
thing
What you
is-
want to take and do? Che, you say you don't sport. What do you want to take?
That thing is
you
worth
use
2,000 naira. Put it, bro. Put it there.
I remember.
I remember in secondary school. You go sell them.
Please call that condemn metal.
I remember in secondary school, right? I remember in secondary school. So I went to a public secondary school, and we had. I don't know if it was the same with
Basically
private
recycling
schools.
though.
With private schools, but we had like the roof of our classrooms. So some of the ceilings don't break out. So you get access if you want to enter the roof. So bro, I had guys where they enter the roof,
Found that.
right?
For the house now.
Students, so not everybody house, so
Oh,
they,
my own-
bro,
for the house we did
we
that
go
one.
enter the roof, commot wirings, right? Because they want to bring out the copper in it and go and sell it in Alaba.
Hey.
Bro.
So then they used to sell it per kg. So boys go, they go come out, carry wire, come out the copper.
You know, fear
roll
said if you
am,
bring
roll am,
like
roll
that,
am.
shock you.
roll am.
Right. So, look, that's the last one, and we
culture.
promise, right? But look, how many people, can go off like that 30 minutes unscripted, right? Look, if you haven't joined our
Special
FPL,
ones.
now is the
I
time
did
to
tell
do
you.
so. But for those of us who have actually joined the FPL already, the link is in the bio on our Instagram. And of course, we're planning, of course, to get more people as well. So,
You guys send me a link now.
yeah,
I would
just
like
check the
join.
bio. Check the bio. So, the bio is pretty unique, right? So, you might check the bio
I
and
look at
feel
my
like,
phone now.
oh, yeah, why not? Nice.
Nice
Right,
one, nice
one. If you check the bio, you see a link tree. There's a YouTube link as well. There's a Twitter and everything like that. There's links to some of our best content as well. So go ahead, feel free, check the link. But if you're
going
planning
there.
to drop Hurricane this particular weekend for Haaland or say Salah, you might want to think twice about that because Chelsea are up against Tottenham this week, and Hurricane does some good stuff about Chelsea, around Chelsea. So you might want to think twice about that. And we're looking for an FPL expert as well to, do something on the show for us. So if you're an FPL expert, you're good with, strategizing for, transfers, captaincy, triple captaincy, wild cards and whatnot. How about you reach out to us and be a part of the Hindsight podcast team, right?
All right, guys. I'm a man that needs no introduction on this show. It remains the Hindsight podcast. When it comes to talking sport, when it comes to talking football all around the world, you get the best information from this particular podcast. You can always join us online, on YouTube, on IG, anywhere online. You can always join. Even on Clubhouse, we're there. for you to dish you the best information when it comes to sports all around the world. Stay tuned always.